guys, what's up? It's currently 10:20 p.m. Go to bed. I'll see you in the morning. Bye. Good morning, friends. Double tap is posted on Charleston. This is Charleston. Yeah. Some breakfast. And I'm super soup.
And I'm so excited about it, aren't you?
Well, here's the deal. This is actually our second Thunder episode, but this is our first watch-along that we've been able to do because now they're on the WWE Network, and we let some folks on Patreon pick what we were going to be checking out here. And let me just say, this has a lot of good shit in it. I just, I sort of had the same attitude a lot of other people did, like, Thunder. But then, when I actually watched this one back this week, it's like, oh my God, I can't believe all this is in the same show. This is going to be the perfect content for a fun What Happened When. If you haven't already, fire up Thunder number 51. Now, this went down on February 18th, 1999. Marshall sees it and is cracking the fuck up. Bobby Heenan is drunk off his ass and can barely stay awake. He doesn't notice. But a salad falls directly on your fucking head. How did this happen? What was going on?
I have no recollection of this at all.
Can you access your Twitter machine?
Yes. Yes, I can, I think.
Pull your Twitter machine up, and I've just retweeted it, and it comes to us from Julian James, and he calls himself at Big Daddy Julian J, so you know he's a douche. No, we appreciate Julian listening, but anybody who refers to themselves as Big Daddy is either in porn or a fat old man or, oh no, this guy's a rock and roller. Okay, so it's a gimmick. You're forgiven, Julian. We appreciate that. You gotta see this, man. Okay. Somebody threw a fucking chef salad on your head. Let's tag in our tag team partner.
Bye, Sam. See you later.
Alright, everybody survived that?
Bye.
Thanks so. We're not going back inside yet.
Horse and carriage ride with Lorenz.
Yep. About the boring stuff and have you guys fall asleep, zone down on me. Or I can just pick out all the important stuff up. On this zone, there's only one rumor that I'll talk about. Everything else I'll talk about, guys, is all based on facts. Alright, and I will tell you the rumor has it on the one house. When the city was built, it was originally called Charlestown, not Charleston. So it's named after King Charles II, and it's named after the Mary Monarch. Now, Carolina is also named after King Charles II, and that's Latin for Charles. And when this city was built on this peninsula in 600, it shouldn't have been destroyed. They were standing up, no problem. It's just that they wanted to be torn. They wanted people wanted to tear them down and build whatever they wanted. Got at least 100 buildings, and well, this is one of them. Burning down 1/3 of the city is a pretty crazy amount of houses being burned down. One of the first buildings that were built back on the street, out of the first 5, one was a fire department, one was a fire insurance company. That makes sense, huh? The buildings that you see throughout here, these are all brick with stucco. The streets, over 80% of them have brick underneath. Our sidewalks, most of them have brick underneath. The driveways have a lot of brick in them, as you see to your right. Brick was considered a poor man's building material. There's no natural stone, so they did brick with stucco and lines drawn in it. We have a lot of half addresses throughout the city. Now, the ones that are on this street are buildings that have been cut in half. Kitchen house. Who wants a kitchen house separate from their main house? So you either combine the buildings in together. So when you see the city and you see these buildings that have different roofs on them, or different heights, that's because the buildings have been combined into one building. Or they've taken the building and separated the building. And if they've separated it, you gotta add an address, and they're not gonna change everybody else's address. So that's where you get the 3rds, the 8s, the 0s, stuff like that. There are the 7 zeros that I know about in the city. Come on. No, we're not pulling over here. Come on. Come on. You can make it. I believe in you. Come on. Come on. Come on. Okay, screw you. It'll only help you so much. He didn't have a blinker on. He wanted that. He told me 8 stories high. Considered also an eyesore at the time it was built in the early 1900s. So it's just over 100 years old for that. Our tallest buildings are our churches, and our tallest churches on the. It's okay. It's okay. Pick it up. I see it. Big old truck. Come on. There we go. Guys, we're on Broad Street. Broad Street, of course, is named after a broad. I'm kidding. It was the widest street in the city. It was 100 feet. So, the city was built in 1680. 1682, the city created all these laws to stop people. It's only 8 stories high. Considered also an eyesore at the time it was built in the early 1900s. So, it's just over 100 years old today. Our tallest buildings are our churches, and our tallest churches on the. It's okay. It's okay. Pick it up. I see it. Big old truck. Come on. There we go. Guys, we're on Broad Street. Broad Street, of course, is named after a broad. I'm kidding. It was the widest street in the city. It was 100 feet. This was the state to come to because it was easy to get alcohol here. They had already figured out all the loopholes. 14 years of doing it. I love them. People stop in the middle of the road and hear you. Come on. Come on. I know, Chip.
There's probably more consumers than that.
Come on. This is coming up. We're coming up to the mark. Last year we were listed as the top wedding destination. Right here. A lot of people come here. We are also listed as the most haunted city in the United States. South Carolina has one of the lowest in divorce rates and one of the highest in heart attack rates. In 1953, this house was bought by a dentist. He wanted everybody's gums to be pink and their teeth to be white. We were very lucky he wasn't some other kind of doctor. Deputy. Come on. Chip. Chip, that is the best I've ever seen you know. That is a beautiful day. No flower. Whoa. This house here with the green, that is Charleston green. If you go to a paint store and ask for Charleston green, you're not going to get that green though. We believe in the 40s and 50s, one of these paint stores messed it up. Commerce Street right here with all the stones in the ground. My second favorite museum is down here on the left-hand side. It's called Ryan's Museum, or Ryan's Marked. It is the slave museum in the city. It's actually down here on the left-hand side. The pink building here on the right, that is the oldest house in the city, 1693. It's up for sale, $600,000. I do say house lightly because we don't know if it was actually a bar, brothel, or a house. Dock Street Theater, the first theater in the United States.
I'm sorry, I
First
don't
play
want
in
to
the
do
United States was done here. And Planters Hotel was here. Anybody ever had a Planters Punch, the alcoholic drink before? That's where it came from, Planters Hotel. French Huguenot Church to the right. Now, these two buildings were very dependent on the street where that white vehicle is. That white vehicle is on what's called Queen Street today, but it originally was called Dock Street. And the reason it was called Dock Street, is because during high tide, most people would use it. City, built in 1680. The original one got knocked down by a hurricane. The second one, made out of wood and brick, was burnt down to fire. This is the third building.
Oh, jeez.
Brick and stucco. During the Civil War, we had over 580 days of bombardment on the city. That's about one cannonball being fired at the city every 15 minutes. Whoa, for almost 2 years. Wow. So it did get hit by cannonballs. 21 years after the Civil War, an earthquake here. That earthquake was anywhere from a 6.7, to a 7.7 on the Richter scale, and it lasted for 56 seconds. It dropped the back corner of this building 6 to 8 inches. You can see the tilt in the gate. Ew. That earthquake was twice as long as the earthquake. You missed. Put that down. Go ahead. I know. Those chairs probably scared you. My favorite graveyard in the city is actually at the very end of this street. It's only 3 blocks down. It's called the Unitarian Church. And they have a tombstone in the back right. It says, "I love my wife, but I'm finally at peace." It's a good one, huh? Normally we're not supposed to go back this way, but this truck said all those chairs coming out, I was going to avoid it. He didn't like it anyway, so his ears were up. I wasn't too happy with him going there, so we decided to come back this way. You guys want to hear something kind of scary?
I'm going to tell you to my shirt already.
Sorry. sorry.
No, it's okay. That seems like it dried up. We want to stay right here, do we not?
Take the exit on the right to South Carolina 703.
That's a workout. That's what that. They even have an emergency phone at the top.
In 1/2 mile, turn right on Patriots Point Road. In 2 miles, arrive at 1235 Long Point Road on the left.
Hey, hi, bye. It's my vlog. Bye.